was all over and the damage assessed, the results were as follows. The battleship Nevada, which had made a run to escape the harbor, was hit with 1 torpedo and 5 bombs and had to be beached. The battleship Oklahoma was hit with 5 torpedoes and sunk. The battleship California was hit by 2 torpedoes, 1 bomb, and 1 near miss. It sunk. The battleship West Virginia was hit by 7 torpedoes and 2 bombs and sunk. The battleship Pennsylvania, in dry dock, was hit by 1 bomb and 1 near miss and suffered minor damage. The battleship Arizona was hit by 2 bombs and sunk. The battleship Tennessee was hit by 2 bombs and suffered minor damage. The battleship Maryland was hit by 2 bombs and suffered minor damage. The old battleship Utah, decommissioned and being used as a target ship, was hit by 2 torpedoes and sunk. The cruiser Raleigh was hit by 1 torpedo and 1 bomb and was seriously damaged. The cruiser Honolulu suffered a near miss that caused moderate damage. The cruiser Helena was hit by 1 torpedo which caused serious damage. The destroyer Cason was hit by 2 bombs and had to be scrapped. The destroyer Shaw was hit by 3 bombs causing serious damage. The destroyer Downs was hit by 1 bomb and was scrapped. The seaplane tender Curtis was hit by 1 bomb which caused minor damage. The repair ship Vestal was hit by 2 bombs and had to be beached. 188 American planes were destroyed. 2,403 sailors, soldiers, and civilians were killed. The Japanese lost 29 planes and 54 airmen. Admiral Yamamoto was on his flagship, the battleship Nagato, anchored in Hiroshima Bay. He had remained awake during the Pearl Harbor attack, hovering in the operations room. As the attack unfolded, his radio operators had intercepted messages directly from Japanese planes. Surprise attack successful. Enemy warships torpedoed. Outstanding results. Each message brought a fresh burst of rejoicing from the gathered officers, but Yamamoto remained stoic and expressionless. He was disappointed that Admiral Nagumo had withdrawn his carriers after only 2 attack waves, believing that he should have stayed and pressed the advantage. President Roosevelt was in the White House study with his closest aide and good friend Harry Hopkins. They had just finished lunch when the phone rang at 1:40. It was Secretary of the Navy Frank Knox, who advised Roosevelt that an alert had been received from Pacific Fleet Headquarters. Air raid Pearl Harbor. This is no drill. Knox could provide no further details, but promised to call back as soon as he knew more. Within minutes, Admiral Harold Stark, the Chief of Naval Operations, called to confirm the appalling news. A couple of minutes later, the President received a call from Joseph Poindexter, the Territorial Governor of Hawaii, who requested and was granted permission to declare martial law in the islands. During the call, Poindexter's voice rose to a fevered pitch. The President turned to Harry Hopkins and other aides who had crowded into the study and exclaimed, "My God, there's another wave of Japanese planes over Hawaii right this minute." Navy Secretary Knox, having flown to Pearl Harbor to inspect the devastation firsthand, arrived back in Washington on Sunday, December 14th. The next day he held a press conference on the second floor of the Navy Department. To the reporters, Knox stated that a formal investigation would be launched to determine if there had been any dereliction of duty, but he also stated that the land and sea forces had not been on alert. This statement fixed in the minds of the public that the local commanders were to blame. Admiral Kimmel and his Army counterpart, General Short, would be relieved of duty, unjustly pilloried in the press, and condemned to spend the rest of the war running an obscene gauntlet of investigations rigged to deflect blame away from Washington. The next day, Roosevelt said to Knox, "Tell Nimitz to get the hell out to Pearl and stay there until the war is won."
That's all for this episode. We'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, don't forget to check out our special video report entitled The Dauntless Scoreboard. It diagrams all of the bomb hits made on each of the 4 Japanese carriers, naming and showing a photo of each successful dive bomber pilot. If you haven't seen the Dauntless Scoreboard yet, just go to midway101.com. It's free with no credit card or email address required. When you get there, just click the red button at the bottom right of the home page.